All right, let's go ahead and get started. My name is David King. I'm with Appulate. I'm joined today by Amber Jackhill. Is it? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jackhill, thank you. From Tokio Marine. We're going to do a webinar today on the ArtisanEdge product, as well as we're going to go into about the program, and then we're going to do a deep dive into how to submit through Appulate. And then if we have time, we're going to show you what it looks like on the ArtisanEdge platform as well. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you, Amber. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to make you presenter here. All right. And then do you know where that little presentation icon is at? There you go, perfect.
Yes. Now, which screen? Are you showing the slideshow or the other screen?
I see submissions.
Okay, we want to go back to
ArtisanEdge dashboard. There we go. Yep, that looks like it.
All right, there we go. So to get started, I'm the Director of Business Development for Tokio Marine HCC, and I'm in the casualty group. So we focus on casualty products. Specifically, what we're going to talk about today is our ArtisanEdge program, but I will give you a little overview of our company and kind of our history, who we are, and then we'll get into some specifics on our program and what we offer in the ArtisanEdge program. So a little bit about Tokio Marine Group. We were established in 1879, one of the first insurance companies in Japan, and over the years we've grown immensely. We are the 8th largest P&C insurer in the world. We have over 268 subsidiaries, 26 affiliates, market cap of 74 billion. And in the Tokio Marine Group, these are some of the group companies represented by Tokio Marine Group. So you may be familiar with some of these. I know sometimes it gets confusing because we're such a large organization, very federated, many different product lines. So we're down here at Tokio Marine HCC. We were Houston Casualty Company prior to the acquisition in 2015. And Tokio Marine HCC has been around for about 51 years, founded in 1974, $7.9 billion gross written premium annually. We have over 100 product offerings. So if you may work with one of our other business units, being very specialized, specialty underwriting company, each business unit focuses and specializes in an area. So if you do work with one of the other business units, just know that we do have separate contracting processes. So when we get through kind of going through our products, if you're interested in working with us, that is a separate contracting process, and we can get you the information on how to get registered with our program and be able to access our portal. So at Tokio Marine HCC, as I said, we're very laser focused on specialty products and services, deep technical experience within our business units, and depth of knowledge in our specialty lines, diversified portfolio. So these are the various products that we offer. And over here, this is us in the liability and casualty department. So ArtisanEdge. Our products are geared towards artisan contractors and meeting the needs of small to mid-sized artisan contractors. So we offer general liability, excess liability, and contractors equipment. General liability program is offered in 45 states. So you can see the 5 states that we don't write in, all of the other states. The program it's the same across, our appetite is the same across all 45 states. We write on US specialty paper for admitted products and Houston Casualty Company for any non-admitted products, which would be our remodeler program, and a couple of states we write non-admitted. All our paper is AM Best A++ 15 rated paper. We offer about 50 ISO classes. So we have 35 actual class categories within the program, but they're mapped to multiple different ISO classes. So we mirror our classes around what contractors boards look at for licensing. So we're not separating out your painting interior, painting exterior, it's just painting as one class. There is some packaging ability, so you can package some excess liability. We do have some contractors' personal property that you can package on, and I'll go into a little bit more detail in a couple of slides on that product. But it creates one policy number, one bill. About half of our submissions are straight through processing. So we utilize a portal from quote to bind. So when you're submitting your information through Appulate and you're getting the rate back, then you're going to bridge over and drop into our system, and you can continue the process all the way through binding. If there's some additional information that an underwriter is requesting from you, or something doesn't go straight through and get approved or declined, it's going to take about 15 minutes for an underwriter to review that and get back to you. So very fast processing times. We do offer several self-service endorsement capabilities online. So if you need to pull loss runs, if you need to schedule an additional insured, if you need to change exposures or add or remove a classification, you can do all of that online in our portal. We do have 2 underwriting offices, so one in Columbus, Ohio, and one in Sacramento. And so we offer extended customer service hours from 9 a.m. Eastern until 5 p.m. Pacific. And during those times, you can reach someone via live chat as well if you don't want to call or email. So that contractor's personal property that I mentioned that you can package on, you just click a radio button. When you select the coverage, it's going to, change the indication for you and let you know what the cost is on that. It does create a package discount. So there are 3 different tiers of coverage, the highest being our elite package, where you can add up to 10,000 in blanket inland marine coverage. You can add, it's got a little bit of BPP, some care, custody, and control, installation floater. No minimum value for tools on this one because it is a blanket. And as I said, it creates that package discount. So I always say if your premium is in the $1,600 and up range, throw on one of those tiers, because with that package discount, you're not going to see a big difference in the overall premium, and you get some extra coverage for that. Won't go into all the details on here, but this is an overview of the 3 different tiers, the coverages that are included in each one, and the applicable deductibles. And then we also offer supported excess that you can package on to the general liability as well. So you can add on up to $2 million in excess. It's follow form coverage. It will cover over, the supported excess will cover over our general liability. You can add it employee benefits liability, and in those states where stopgap is available, you can add that as well. Minimum premium is $650 per layer. We also offer an unsupported excess product. So if you have the GL with another carrier, or if you need to schedule auto or employer's liability under that as well, you can quote our unsupported excess product, and that you can add those other, hired non-owned employee benefits liability stopgap coverage as well underneath. And same rates on that, $650 per layer is the minimum premium. So getting registered, we offer 15% commission, new and renewal. Currently our screening criteria, what we look for is we want to see that you have some standard appointments with some carriers, that you're currently writing this type of business. You have the ability to send about 5 or more quotes per month, and are typically looking for a premium commitment of about $25,000 per more or year, a year or more. So that's kind of a real quick run through on the program. And I'm going to stop showing my screen, and I'll hand it back over to David.
Perfect. Thanks, Amber. Are you okay fielding a couple questions kind of in between here? Perfect.
Yes.
We have one question from Tammy here. She says, I'm in California and I'm seeing a lot of requests for 5 million on umbrella. Is 2 million the highest you can offer?
It is currently, yes. We did used to offer 5 million when we renegotiated our reinsurance treaty this last year. Those limits were lowered to 2 million. So, you know, it's something we may offer again at some point, but currently 2 million is the maximum.
Okay. If anybody has any questions or how we're processing the questions today, there's a question section in your kind of your toolbar. You can go ahead and answer, put questions in there. Unfortunately, this webinar, we are not going to do like unlocking of mics or doing raising of hands. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and put them in the question spot. But we're going to go ahead, since that's the only question we have. So, oh, here we go, another one. Do you offer GL for liability handyman?
We do. So we have a renovation handyman class, and that actually is our most frequently seen class that we get and we write the most of. So if they're doing non-structural handyman work, that goes in our admitted program. If you have a remodeler or renovator that's doing some structural work, that would go into our non-admitted program. You don't see any difference on your side, so it's just if you answer yes to that question, it's going to flip it over to the Houston Casualty Company paper, and we do all of the filing of the surplus lines taxes and stamping fees on your behalf.
Great. That was very detailed. Thanks, Amber. Okay. So for, are you able to see my screen, Amber, just to make sure?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next part of the presentation here. Feel free to ask any questions. We'll come back to them after this next part of the presentation. But for now, we're going to kind of go through how to use Appulate, how to access Tokio Marine, and how to submit to Tokio Marine. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to basically show you, go to appulate.com. You're going to get brought to this page here. If you've already done this before, you know, just give us a minute, we'll work through it. But for those of you that have not, go from here, go ahead and go to login. Now, if you have an account, great, you can enter your credentials here. If you're not sure, what I recommend doing is go forget password first. Most of you that received an email today are on our distribution list because you have an account. There are some of you that may not, but it's usually easiest here to just go forget password, put your email address in here, give it like a minute or two. It'll tell you if you've already got an account or not. Now, if you go in and you go, if you don't have an account, then obviously go into sign up, create your account here. But what you'll find is if you do have an account and you put your email in here, it's going to say you have an existing account. So you end up being brought back to the first part anyways. So that's why I always recommend just doing the lost if you're not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here just to make sure I have those credentials. Okay. And then from here, what we're going to want to do is we have a couple different options. We need to, if we have an Accord we want to use, we're going to bring that in. Now there's a couple different ways to do this. So the first way is the classic uplink driver. And this is a printer driver that Appulate has created. And what it will do is it'll read any Accord that you have, a digitized Accord, it'll read it and bring it into the system. So we're not having to manually type that data in. Now, what we're going to demonstrate today is the newest feature we have, and we have a create new insured from Accord built right into the system now. So no longer do you have to download the uplink driver. This will allow you to just click right here and do it. So we're going to do that today. We're going to click here, and I'm going to bring in my Accord 125. Okay, and by just clicking it here, it's going to read it, and there it is. It says you want to use a general liability. Yes, that's what I want. So I just simply hit continue. And from here, I've got Golden Apple Nursery, which shows my insured shown up top. This is a GL quote. Oops, I didn't mean to click that yet. Up here is our effective date. We're going to want to change that, obviously. We're going to make this, we'll go 0801. Let's try that. Let's just do this. October, we'll do August 1 of 24. Okay. And then, so we've got that all updated. So from here, all we need to do is find Tokio Marine. So I'm just going to hit find markets. Up top, I just need to type Tokio Marine. And as you see, I got Tokio Marine ArtisanEdge right here. Now I'm going to use the testing account today so we don't push on to production, but you're going to want to use this one when we do the submission. And we'll go more into this in a moment here. Now, one thing that's very nice about Tokio Marine is if you notice here, there's a little lightning bolt. So this lightning bolt indicates that Tokio Marine has an enhanced version of Appulate. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you instant feedback on basically an indication of a quote here. So we're going to move through this and you'll see as we go through what this looks like. So all we've got to do at this point here is hit start quote. And the data that we had brought in on that accord has already been pre-filled into some of these blanks as you see here. So this is saving us some time. So we're going to put down just some data here. And if you notice up here, we've got some red asterisks, or some red numbers rather, excuse me. And these indicate the questions we need to answer in order to move through to be able to submit this quote. So we're going to just keep going here. Carpentry, let's say 100. Okay. Amber, if you see me typing anything I shouldn't, please let me know. Looks so good so far here. Oops, let's do 100,000, 200,000. Let's see, no subs. Scroll down here, and then we'll just put myself, and then just put some address in here. No claims, no claims. So we've satisfied all the questions here. So at this point here, we just simply hit request quote. So it'll take a moment to process here. Oh, what did I do wrong here? Oh, I must have messed up on the effective date. I apologize. Gosh darn it. Let's go back in here. Sorry, everybody. Okay, we want testing. Let's get back in there. Oh, that's where, right there. There we go. Oh. Okay. So, gosh darn it. Okay, I think I have to do it on your main one. I apologize. So what will happen, everybody, is apparently my testing account isn't allowing me to move forward for some reason here. But what will happen is from this screen here, you're gonna you'll get a quote indication, and from there, this will change here to a request bind, or excuse me, it'll be a continue submission button. When you hit that continue submission button, you're going to be sent right to the Tokio Marine website, where it'll deep link you right into this account, and that's kind of where Amber's going to take you for the next step for. I apologize, for some reason the testing account isn't working right now. So I'm not sure why it's not, but I don't want to push it on the production. So Amber, if you want, let's go ahead and have you take over the next step and show them internally what the quote would look like coming in.
Okay.
Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, give me a sec to get my toolbars right up here. Where's that? There it is. Okay. Make presenter. Okay, sending it over to you, Amber.
Okay.
Before we do that, Amber, real quick, I can, yeah. Let's, if it's okay, let's hit some of these questions. We got a whole bunch of them that came in. Looks like you got a couple of them here.
Okay.
Nathan asked a great question for everybody. Yes. Are we going to be, so Nathan asked, are we going to be getting a copy of the webinar so we can watch it again? Absolutely, Nathan. Everybody, when the meeting's done, I'm going to send Amber a copy of a YouTube link, and then Amber will send that out within 1 or 2 days probably. Send that out to everybody so you guys get a copy. If for some reason you don't, please feel free to reach out to me as well. My email address is dking@appulate.com, and I'd be happy to send you a copy of that as well, if for some reason you don't get it. We got another question here, Paul Sanchez. Most of my artisan contractors do new construction work. Based on the underwriter mentioned that you guys aren't accepting any new construction work for the majority of class codes.
So we do allow for new construction. There are a couple of classes that we don't allow that in, a couple of states, Colorado and Nevada, but all the other states we do. We are not a market for your traditional tract home builders, but if they're doing some custom homes prior to certificate of occupancy, no more than 5 homes per planned development would be the limitation on that.
There you go, great. Paul has another question. Are you guys going to change the blanket AI on going and completing ops for residential work?
Not sure what the question is there about changing it. So we do offer the ongoing operations AI on a blanket basis that can be issued for new residential or residential repair, remodel, or commercial work. The completed operations AI does have a limitation, no new residential work on the completed ops, but for residential repair and remodel, that's okay, as well as for commercial work.
Great. Tammy's got, where do I update my company info as I see you have old information on my agency? Tammy, go ahead and just email me, or if you want to get it remedied while we're on this call, you can email support@appulate.com and you can ask them for some help on updating your contact information. They'll be happy to assist. Anitra has a question. You used to require contractor license to be eligible. You used to require a contractor license to be eligible. That's a question.
Yeah, so
conversion about hand-to-man.
We used to require it to be input. We still do follow state licensing guidelines. So you don't have to, if you don't have the license number, you don't have to enter it. But we do require, if the state requires a license for a particular class, then that is a factor in coverage as well. If they're not licensed and that was required by the state, then they would not be covered. We don't check the licenses like we used to.
Okay, thank you. That seems to be the last question for now. So I think we can move, we'll switch back to the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, and there was a question about, and I think I answered it in the question section, but I don't see my answer. So for the person that asked if they need a separate appointment, if they only write for bonds, yes, that would be, bonds are through our surety division, and that is a separate business unit from us. So if you were looking to write bonds, that would be through them. Now, if you write the bonds and you want to get set up with us for the general liability, we can do that as well. We do share on the back end with the surety system, so you can toggle back and forth between our two systems. And in some states, if you write the bond with surety, our system will recognize that and give the contractor a discount on the general liability. So there is a benefit to working with both business units. And David, can you can see my screen with the dashboard? Okay.
Yes.
So once you bridge over from the Appulate system, you're going to drop into our system at this point. So I just made up a quote here. You're going to come in, there's some default coverages. You're going to see the premium here. I added some payroll in, so it's a little above our minimum premium here, but you can adjust the deductible. You can add or remove some of these coverages and exclusions. If you want the blanket completed ops, you can add that on here. We do still offer the 1185, but that's on an underwriter review basis post-bind, so you can submit those requests and the underwriter will review it. I just made this person an electrical contractor, but if you want to know, kind of what this classification includes, you can click on this button. And then the next steps here, as far as coverages, you can add the excess coverage like we mentioned. So, you can see the 1 or 2 million limits, and this is going to update as you're adding or removing coverages. the contractor's personal property as well. You can add that one on. So it'll show you what's included with that. You can see the price updating in real time here with those coverages. So we're just going to go forward without. And then we're going to ask you some underwriting questions. So these questions are customized and selected based on the information that you've put in. So we're not asking you, 10 pages of questions. It's going to be relative to the risk and the coverages that you've put in. You'll want to read through all of these. If you answer, yes, it's going to pop up in a box for you to add some additional information. And once you've read through, if you know all the answers are no, you just select mark all as no, and you're going to continue on to the next page. You can download an indication at this step, but I always recommend just go all the way through because we are so quick to get these back to you. You want to make sure that whatever you're presenting to your insured is an approved quote. Nothing worse than, giving someone a quote and then they decide they want to move forward, and then maybe something you answered here in the underwriting questions made it ineligible, and then coming back and having that declined. So just go all the way through and submit for underwriting review because they're going to get that back to you really quickly. And in some instances, you may get an auto approve, which is the case here. Application is ready for download. You see your price here. You can, if you need to change the effective date, prior to binding, if you need to bind it in the future, you can do that before you bind. You have the application here that you can take a look at. I'm going to choose the print and sign method just because for a demo, it's easier than going into my email and finding the DocuSign, but we do offer DocuSign as well. So if you enter an email address, it will send that to your insured for DocuSign signatures, and once they've signed, you can come back in and proceed with binding. And bear with me here, again being in the test site, there is a little bit of a lag time, but we're going to download that application. We do offer a couple of different billing options. So we have installment bill, which once you get to the installment bill page, it's going to ask you to enter in the insured's ACH or credit card information, and then it will be set up on automatic EFT, so it's going to draft the down payment. As you go through the application here, you'll see the billing options here if you choose that option. I do like to say paid in full is an installment bill option, so please make sure if you're selecting paid in full, because we're going to draft the insured's account, that you have them accept these terms. So once you have your signed application, you're going to upload your file. And then we do also offer agency bill as well. So if you want to use your own finance company, you can set that up on agency bill. And we do have the ability, because we are set up as an MGA, even though this is admitted business, if you are binding it on installment bill, you can add a broker fee in there. Our billing vendor will process that for you. You can choose to have it split out over the payments, or you can choose to have it collected all up front. They do charge a $15 fee for processing that for you, so just know that will be deducted from that broker fee. So I'm going to choose agency bill just for demo purposes, but if we did choose the installment bill, it's going to drop you into the billing vendors page where you would enter that information in. And then at this point, I'm going to purchase. So pretty easy process. There's not a lot of steps once you get into the system. We know this business, small contractors, it's highly transactional. The more you touch it, the less profit you're making on it. So we want to make this process as simple as possible. You can see here, you can look at some of these documents immediately. There's a certificate available. So we pre-fill as a courtesy to you a certificate that you can start issuing out. Within about 5 minutes, when you come back here, you'll see a copy of the policy available for you to download, and then we'll also email it to the producer on file as well. And you can go in at this point if you need to make any endorsements, schedule any additional insureds, you can do that here. We hope that you don't have to file a claim, but that's what we're here for. So, if you do need to file a claim, it'll take you to our online claims filing tool where you can submit your first notice of loss there as well. You can ask us a question, chat with us, and then you can go back to your dashboard here. I'll show you what the dashboard looks like when you come in here. You're going to see any upcoming renewals. So those are available here, depending on your state, anywhere from 30 to 60 days prior to the renewal. You'll have those available to start working on. Any open subjectivities. So, if you found an excess policy and we need a copy of the underlying policies, you can go in here and upload those. Any pending transactions. So that's anything that you've quoted within the last 30 days. And then your bound policies, you can go back in here and go into any of these policies and download your documents, submit an endorsement. Action required. This would be anything you've quoted where the underwriters come back and ask for some additional information, so you can go in and respond to them in there. So pretty simple process, very straightforward. We try to make it as easy as possible. Our customer service, you're going to get a live person during business hours every time you call. We don't have a phone tree to, route you around. Live chat, you're going to get a person on there as well. We train all of our account managers that are answering the phones on, our underwriting guidelines. So while they can't answer specific underwriting questions, they have a very good understanding of our program, our appetite and eligibility, and they're able to help you with questions you have there. So I'm going to, I don't know if you need to present, but I'm going to switch it back to you, David, as presenter. To share anything.
We're just gonna basically, I think from this point here, just go through any remaining questions. So we have Marilyn here has a question. It looks like you had said something about remodeling contractors in Colorado, but she wasn't exactly sure. Looks like she might have missed what you said about it.
So I was mentioning in general in Colorado, we don't offer new residential construction, but we do offer the remodeler program in Colorado.
Great. Nathan has a question. Do you know if you are available through TAG? I don't know what TAG is.
Yes, we do have a relationship with TAG. So if you you can get set up underneath that.
Great. Great questions so far, everybody. If you've got anybody else, or excuse me, if there's any additional questions, feel free to ask them now. It's a great time. We're going to be wrapping up the meeting here momentarily. So please ask any final questions you may have. Who do I contact to verify I'm still appointed with Tokio Marine? I'm pretty sure, Amber, that would be you.
Yes, you can reach out to me and I can take a peek there. And I should have put this on the presentation, but anytime you have questions, you can always email ArtisanEdge@tmhcc.com, and that goes into our customer service and support inbox, and we can route you to the proper team for questions on that as well. But feel free to reach out to me and we can take a look and make sure that you have an appointment still. And if you need to get your password reset or anything like that, we can get that taken care of for you.
Perfect. Got a few more questions that just came in. Walter's got a question here. We are an active appointed bond agency, but I wanted to confirm that we have registered with you at Appulate and have been assigned a login and password. Walter, I'm going to give you my email. I'm going to send it to you via message. please email me after or right now, it's fine. And then that way we can connect afterwards and we can look into that for you. So I just sent you my email. Tammy's got another question. In California, do you follow the statute of limitations for workmanship?
We are a full occurrence policy, so the 10 years full occurrence here in California. That was your question.
And then how do you submit accords to Tokio again? Stephanie, we're going to be sending a copy of this with everybody today. But basically, you can either use the Appulate uplink driver, which is shown here under Tools Uplink. This is when you log in. Or we now have a new feature. When you very first log in, there's a button right here. It says Create New Insured from Accord. It does the exact same thing without having to download the software.
And yeah, and to answer your question, if you have the accords and you want to quote through Appulate, they can consume that information and transmit it to us. We don't require the accords on our side, so they'll extract the information from those and it'll plug it into our system.
Amber, what is your email address? It looks like Debbie would like it. Are you able to enter that into the question section for her? And then Nathan, do you have other training courses? Nathan, if you're referring to webinars, we do have quite a few webinars. I want to try to stay on point with Tokio Marine today. However, once you log into your account and you're at the main home screen, so like let me just clear this real quick here. So when I first logged into my account, you'll see down in the corner here, it shows webinars. You can just click in here and this will show you what the next webinars that we have coming up. With it being getting near the holiday season, or not the holiday, like the end of summer, we usually slow down just a little bit, just because attendance tends to get a little low as we get closer to back to school. And Tammy says, thank you. Okay, thank you. Yep, perfect, Nathan. All right, does anybody else have any final questions? We're rounding the 40-minute mark here, which is about usually when we end. So any final questions, feel free to ask, please. All right, no additional questions coming in. If you have any questions after the meeting or after the presentation today, feel free to email me or Amber. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day and thank you so much for attending. We hope to see some business coming for you guys. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Amber, it was a pleasure. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.